Another busy footy weekend, and what is a great sporting weekend, of course. The rugby, England v Australia, the Arc de Triomphe in Paris on Sunday, magnificent horse racing, lots of other sporting events as well. But the footy, once again, rolling back. And of course, the next week, the following week, is the international break, so we won't have the Premier League football the following week. So looking at the Scoop6Soccer, let's try and choose a few games and see how they might sort out. Aston Villa, when they're around ear-old 6-4 favourites against Stoke, where there's two teams they are above in the Premier League, are soppy Sunderland at the bottom and the Toon. And above them are Villa and Stoke. So it looks as though in the Premier League a draw would keep them in the relegation zone, both of them. Both of them, you know, Stoke did win the other day and got a win, but Villa at home. So it looks, I think, quite confident it will be a draw. And I go even, yes, 1-1. Levels you devils, 1-1, draw, Aston Villa against Stoke. Bournemouth against Watford. Watford are the outsiders. But I don't know, I think Watford have got a bit more flair in them. Both are long-term candidates, of course, for the drop, so this really is a must-win for both of them if they can win. But Watford's tough defence could decide this. So I go an away win. Bournemouth 0, Watford 1, away win in a battle of the relegation contenders. I know a few of those are as well. And of course the biggest relegation contender, as far as I'm concerned, of course, are the Toon themselves, and they're at the Etihad. We have got the most horrific record there. Every time we seem to be whacked 4-0. It is absolutely terrible, dreading playing Manchester City. All we can say about it this time is that the City are on a bit of a downward curve. The magnificent start they had. People thought they were going to run away with the Premier League. My goodness, how Sky and BT are so relieved that there is now a fight on for the Premier League title. Imagine if Manchester City rated 10 points clear now. So they're not. And of course, the one advantage we have got, and we're a 14-1 chance, 14-1 at Newcastle, it's 9-2 on. 9-2 on that Manchester City win, and it's 6-1 the draw. 9-2 on Manchester City. And of course, the way we're playing, well, you can argue about that, whether any side should be 9-1 to beat us. The way we played against Chelsea, we could well have got a result and won against Chelsea. Admittedly, that was at St James's Park, where Mourinho can't seem able to win. But now against the City did play on Wednesday in the Champions League. So they're a tough, hard game there. They've been on the road. We've had a week off. That all helps us. So I'm just hoping that one way and the other, if we could go and sort of squeak a draw, if we could be a 1-1 draw, it'd be a fantastic result for us to get a point at the Etihad, which has been our death knell place for so many years. So Newcastle, Manchester City, I go along a 1-1 draw. It's 6-1 against the draw. But wouldn't it be wonderful, 14-1 if Newcastle could win there? But it's a question of dreaming on and just hoping, and dreading, really. I'm dreading the weekend. And remember, this is the last weekend before the next one, of course, will be the internationals, and another Newcastle defeat. And if Sunderland happen to win as well, oh, well, it is too awful to even think about. Right, then the next one we've got is Leicester against Norwich. Norwich at Leicester, Norwich at home against Leicester. And it's a real tough one. Both are high-scoring teams. Both are playing well. So I think 2-2. I go 2-2. Norwich 2, Leicester 2 in a high-scoring match. And it could be that Leicester really peaked, I think. And of course, it's beginning to slide down now. But a real result at Carrow Road could be for Leicester if they get a 2-2 draw. We've then got the. I'm going to take my glasses off to go and read this here. We've got soppy Sunderland, of course. And they are against West Ham, the Hammers. Well, they're playing so badly, soppy Sunderland, and West Ham third in the Premier League. It may be a fluke, it may be temporary, probably is, but nevertheless they are really rampant, and they will be banking on winning this. Sunderland, they can't seem to defend at all, so whatever happens going into the international break, let's hope soppy Sunderland are still below the Toon. So I go 3 West Ham, 1 Sunderland. So Sunderland 1, West Ham 3, 1 Sunderland, carpet 3-1, 3 West Ham to go and beat soppy Sunderland and keep them bottom of the Premier League. This is the only consolation I think Toon fans will have all the weekend. And finally, it's Chelsea. Now they're on the way back and they're against Southampton. And Southampton are sort of in and outside so much, so are Chelsea, of course. And Chelsea did play in midweek. But I think Chelsea could win at the Bridge. I make it 2-0 for Chelsea. Chelsea to beat Southampton 2-0 at the Bridge. But what really matters are these relegation battles we're going to get. Huge Saturday footy. Let's hope if the Toon could get a point at the Etihad, well, that would be one of the great results that we've had all season. Well, we can hope. That's all we can do. I go 1-1. Toon. Manchester City. Manchester City Toon. They're not going to beat us 4-0 again. I can't take it anymore.